Welcome everyone, I hope you're having a very wonderful day, and welcome to my Raccoon Dog Guide video for Revontuli. Before we begin, I want to quickly break down how today's guide is going to work. So our first section will be covering their hotspots and locations, and then we're going to move on to weapon recommendations, and then end today's video with the animal profile, which is a custom map, time zones, ammo chart, and more. Everything you need to make your hunting life 10 times easier. So let's get right into it with today's video with going over their drinking time. These guys drink between 0 to 3, so you will be doing some night hunting, so you want to bring out those night vision goggles, the NVG systems, the night binoculars, and probably maybe some of the rifle scopes, but to be quite honest, you don't need to buy those night vision scopes because they're not really the best. Just bring the binoculars, highlight them, and then shoot them. And honestly, it's not so bad out here on this map in terms of darkness, so I don't really think you need to bother with it anyways. So moving on to hotspots. Now, when it comes to the raccoon dog zones, they pretty much take up 20% of the map, which they kind of have a very small confined area. The only issue with their grind is that they're going to be all along this coastline here, which you're going to have to explore. So tenting that up is going to be problematic if you're trying to get yourself a diamond raccoon dog, because it's going to be a lot of land to explore. Luckily, when it comes to these lakes, they're all very close together, so find them is not too hard from that point on at least. Now, when it comes to locations, they start from this left-hand side over here at this little nub here that goes into the mainland and goes all the way up here to this big lake where I'm sitting, and then we just follow this road system all the way over here where we have these lakes on the screen, which are all raccoon dog territory, and then it ends off over here on the right-hand side. They don't come past up here in the north in this little inlet area. They're all just down here, which you guys can see one of the zones here. So that's pretty much it when it comes to their locations. Now, I had most of my success over here on the right-hand side when it came to finding my raccoon dogs. It could be different for you guys. However, how you're going to want to hunt these guys is that you're going to have duo groups with males and females, and then you're going to have singles. You're going to want to leave all the low-level single males alone. And when it comes to the duos, you're going to want to kill the male and females, because if you killed the male and leave the female, it will not respawn a male. So you're going to have to just wipe the zone completely and then go find a new one. So that's pretty much it for all the raccoon dog information for this first section. So we're going to head back to the outpost where I'm going to be covering a few weapons I like to hunt these guys with. So I'll see you guys there in just a second. Alrighty folks, so here we are back at the outpost. We didn't have to go far as we didn't go out there and check any locations, but before we begin I want to quickly say three things. First things first is I'm only going to be covering rifles, handguns, and shotguns. I'll not be covering bows because I'm not a bow expert, so I'll leave that to professionals. Secondly, these are just my personal recommendations and favorites, so I always say go out there and explore and see what suits you and what you enjoy playing with. And then lastly, I'll be mentioning whatever DLC these weapons come from in case you want to pick them up for yourself. So let's get right into it with our first rifle in today's video. The Ranger 243 is the base game rifle that you get at the start of the game. I think it's one of the most excellent weapons in terms of dealing with these small game. It's definitely the preferred rifle, in all honesty, to use in terms of killing these raccoon dogs. It's just a very solid choice. It's free. You don't have to spend money on it other than just buying this game itself. So I think it's just a win-win. The ammo is free as well. Excellent choice. Highly recommend it. Moving on to our second rifle of the day. This is my actual go-to that I use pretty much most of the time. It covers classes 2 through 4, so you can use it on smaller deer species. In terms of killing these raccoon dogs, it does an excellent job. Sometimes it will have iffy shots, in all honesty, but I think that's probably just me. But the 22-250 is very, very fun to use, and you can find it in the Emerald Coast DLC pack. Moving on to our final rifle day. This is our only semi-auto option, the Zarza 15223. Now, it won't drop them immediately, but it does have the benefit of being semi-auto, and is in terms of killing both the male and female raccoon dog, this is the one with the easiest probability of doing that for those full integrity kills. So I do recommend this. This is a very, very fun rifle to use, and I love the look of it. It has a very iconic look with the M16 vibe going on there, and you can find it in the Modern Rifle Pack DLC. Moving on to handguns, we're going to be covering the second best handgun in the game here. The 243 Kumo is just arguably just the second best. I mean, they kind of share the same top spot, the 45 Centigerberg, and this just because they have just two different types of calibers, two different fields that they're playing in terms of game. But this thing is very, very phenomenal. Yes, it's a single shot, but what makes it so great is that you can put a rifle scope on it, and that just outshines all the other pistols in this game. Highly recommend it in terms of wanting to level up your pistols, and just if you want to have a different experience hunting, I recommend using this bad boy. And you can find it in the Assorted Sidearms Weapon Pack DLC. Moving on to shotguns, this one's a no-brainer. I cover this thing so much, but the Norden 20 gauge is very phenomenal. You have 3 rounds of the tube, it's semi-auto shotgun. You can use buckshot on this thing in terms of dealing with these raccoon dogs, and it's just a good shotgun. I think it's the second best in terms of capacity on being a semi-auto shotgun, so I do recommend it, and you can find it in the Duck and Cover Pack DLC. So that's pretty much it for the weapon recommendation part, guys. I will see you guys over at the animal profile in just a moment. And here we are, folks, at the end of today's video. Before I let you guys go, I'm going to do a quick animal profile breakdown. Starting on the left-hand side, we have all of our basic raccoon dog information. We have our class, difficulty, silver, gold, and diamond threshold. We have our weight from least to greatest in kilograms and in pounds. We have our fur types covering common, rare, and very rare. Moving on to the center of the map, we pretty much covered all that information at the beginning of today's video. Moving on, top right-hand corner, we have all of our time zones nice and organized for you. And then below that, we have our ammo chart for those full integrity kills. So, if you guys enjoyed today's video and this guide does help you, please drop a like. It really helps out the channel. With all the way, I hope you guys have a very wonderful day. Happy hunting, good luck, and I will see you guys in the next one.